Hey everybody, welcome to the 5th episode of California Wine TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host Scott Sheldon. It's a pleasure to be here. You guys might have caught our last episode we did over at Napa Valley Grill. Man, was that a learning experience. I got to step out of my comfort zone, do some filming in public. It was a blast. I want to say thank you so much to the people at Napa Valley Grill. You guys were so accommodating. I had so much fun. And after all, isn't that what it's all about? Having fun. Isn't that why we're here? I know that's why I'm here. So let's get started. Today, episode 5, we got 2 reds we're going to do from the Cameron Hughes winery. I stumbled upon these wines quite by accident. I was doing some shopping in Costco. A guy from Cameron Hughes was there doing some sales and marketing the old school way, rubbing elbows with the customers. Gotta respect that. So I listened to what he had to say. He hooked me on the Cabernet. Didn't take him too long. Kept talking, got me to buy the Meritage. And so, people, don't give up. If you're trying to sell yourself, you're trying to sell a product, be persistent, don't quit, keep plugging. I walked away with 2 wines, so let that be a lesson to you. So, Cameron Hughes, the vision he has is to source wines from all over, source grapes from all over the world to create these wines. To try to create a savings to the consumer by finding an abundance of grapes, an oversupply in different regions of the world, and by marketing them through stores like Costco, they can pass the savings along to you, and I'm all for that. So the first wine we're going to do is a Meritage, and the origin of Meritage, I like origin. Do you ever see the X-Men movie Origins? Man, I love that kind of stuff. Where do they come from? How did it all begin? I love that kind of stuff. So Meritage, the origin of Meritage comes from the Bordeaux region of France, and it came out of necessity due to harsh winter climates. Some of the grapes would get damaged. They wouldn't have enough of one particular grape to finish, their production. So they would have to scramble and find another kind of grape that they have somewhere and blend it together to make something that still tasted good. And so that's how that came about. Here in California, we have beautiful weather all the time, and so when we do a Meritage, it's out of the necessity just to create something that's unique and flavorful for the palate. It doesn't have to do with harsh winter climates like it happened in the Bordeaux region. So the other thing that's interesting is the Meritage is primarily based on Cabernet Sauvignon, when you're talking about a California Meritage. And then they use one or more of the other Bordeaux varieties to blend in and create something unique. In this case, the basis, the 75% is Merlot with Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Petit Verdot blended in. And so that's kind of an interesting take on it. So, 2007, Alexander Valley, 14.5% alcohol. I think paid $12 for this wine. Let's get started. My Venturi. This wine's been open for a few hours, but this will add a little bit more oxygen into the mix. Give it a little sniff. Red raspberries, right off the bat. Cherries, chocolate. A little vanilla going on. Look at that garnet color, as I would describe it. It's pretty clear, not very dense. You can see as you kind of look at the end of it, so it's fading. It smells good. It's a tiny bit of a murky, swampy smell in the background. I'm not sure what that is. Let's give it a taste. Got a lot of tannins kicking on the front end. Nice, nice firm medium palate. Fades out nicely. Kind of a hint of mint going on to balance, not balance, to go with the, the cocoa and the cherries that I'm tasting. It's almost like when you take a candy cane as a kid and swirl it around in your hot cocoa during Christmas time. It's got that kind of thing going on in the background. It's not extraordinary. It's a nice wine. For $12, you can do worse. It's really got that cherry chocolatey thing going on. Yeah, I wouldn't say rush right out and buy this, but I mean for $12 you could do worse. So why don't we move on? Get this out of the way. Okay, the next one we have is a 2007 Cabernet Sauvignon from the Chalk Hill area of Sonoma County. It's located in the Russian River Valley. And origin. The origin of Cabernet Sauvignon is interesting. In this country, in this state rather, California, it appeared anywhere in the 1820s to the 1850s. And in France, 1600s, the origin of this grape. By their standards, still a pretty young grape. And it's interesting though, it's actually like a hybrid of a Cabernet Franc and a Sauvignon Blanc. That's how they got Cabernet Sauvignon. So if you didn't know that, it's a little something for you. So this one, their Lot 73 Cabernet Sauvignon received 90 points from Wine Enthusiast. It was one of their featured wines for, I forget what year that was, but this Lot 140 is grown in the same vines. And so I have some expectations for it, I guess you would say. So, let's get started. Raspberries. Definitely compared to the Meritage, it's a more dense color, still a ruby color, but more dense. Can't see, it's not quite as clear. You can smell like those Bing cherries. Again, there's like a hint of mint you can capture in there. Wow, this is a good wine. It's interesting, 14.9% alcohol, but there's really no heat to it. You don't really notice it at all. I would say, what did I pay, $16 for this wine? I would certainly recommend it. I've had Cabernets in the $20, $25, even $30 range that I don't know, I probably couldn't tell the difference. So this one, yes, buy it, I would say. Food pairing, when you're talking about a Cabernet Sauvignon, stick with meat dishes, or always a good thing to do. Grilled meats, cured meats, prosciutto, salamis are awesome. Stinky cheeses can't be beat with a Cabernet Sauvignon. Like a brie, you know, it's really good as like a blue cheese. You want to get like a steak or a burger, throw some blue cheese on it, Cabernet Sauvignon. That's like a rockin' combination right there. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, that is nice. So what I would say on these, 86 points, 91 plus on this one. It's really quite a good effort for the price point. It's pretty unbelievable actually. So I highly recommend you guys, if you're in Costco, certainly take a look. Cameron Hughes. I noticed when I was there too, they also had some white varietals. They had some Chardonnays and Sauvignon Blancs. I'm sure the guy selling them to me would have loved that if I would have bought a case of each, but you know, I have my limits. So anyhow, I hope you really enjoyed this show, and thank you so much for tuning in. So until next time, you guys take care, and I'll see you then.